So given 2 points, the first thing I want to do is find the slope. The slope is the difference of the y's in the numerator, difference of the x's in the denominator. So I'm going to do it with the top one minus the bottom, even though I know bottom number minus the top would not have negatives. But typically, if you have a lot of negatives, I want to do a problem that also has negatives, if that's a problem for you. So I'm going to do the change in y, 3 minus 7, over 1 minus 4. And I like to put the 2 points underneath each other because then you're lining up the y's and you're lining up the x's and not mixing them up. So 3 minus 7 is negative 4, 1 minus 4 is negative 3, and we're getting a slope of positive 4/3. Negative divided by negative is a positive. So now I'm going to use the point slope formula. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. x1 and y1 are the points, and m is the slope. So I'm going to pick either of the 2 points. I'm going to pick the top point. It doesn't matter, just pick one of them. So y minus 3 is equal to the slope, which is 4/3, times x minus 1.
I'm sorry, Professor. So you said you can pick
Either of the 2 points.
as your x1 or y1 or whatever.
Right.
They're interchangeable then?
They are.
Okay.
If you want me to do it both ways, I will, or maybe you should do it using the other point, and let's see if we get the same result. So that would be okay. All right, so I have y minus 3 equals 4/3 x, and 4/3 times a negative 1 is negative 4/3. Now I want to add 3. And I'm going to add 3 with a denominator of 3. I'm going to add it as 9/3. So it makes it a little bit easier if they have a common denominator. So I have y is equal to 4/3 x, that's the slope, and then a positive 4/3, a negative 4/3 and a positive 9/3 is positive 5/3. 5/3 is the y-intercept, and 4/3 is the slope. Okay, so let's take this and find the x and y-intercept. So if I'm finding the y-intercept, that's where I let x equal 0. So 2 times 0. So I just have 0, so I have minus 3y plus 4 equals 0. Negative 3y equals negative 4. Y is equal to negative divided by negative is a positive 4/3. So 1 point that's on the graph is 0 for x and 4/3 for y. The other is to find the x-intercept, and that is to let y equal 0. So negative 3 times y, the y is going to disappear, and I have 2x plus 4 equals 0. 2x equals negative 4. X is equal to negative 2. So now I have the point negative 2, 0. So a quick sketch of this. I have the point negative 2, 0. And I have the point 0, 4/3. 1 and 1/3 here. So a quick sketch of this is going to look like this. So what's the equation of this line if I was to take it a little bit further? I'd have the slope is equal to, let me use these 2 points here. I have the change in y, 4/3 minus 0, and the change in x, 0 minus a negative 2. So I have the slope is equal to 4/3 in the numerator and a positive 2 in the denominator. Now I can multiply by 2, or I could say that I have 4/3 times the reciprocal. And I'm getting a slope that's equal to 4/6, which is 2/3. So that means I went over 2 and I went up 3. Over 3, I'm sorry, and up 2. So I went to the right 3 and up 2. The equation would be equal to y, the equation is y is equal to 2/3 x, that's the slope. And the y-intercept is, as we know, 4/3, so plus 4/3. That would be the equation of the line. So I want to write the equation of a line parallel to y equals 2x plus 4 and passing through the point 3, 1. I know that parallel lines have equal slopes. So now I'm going to use the point slope formula. Y minus y1 equals the slope, which is 2 times x minus x1. Simplify. Y minus 1 equals 2x minus 6, and add 1 so that we have y is equal to 2x minus 5. Now, perpendicular lines have slopes that are the negative reciprocals of each other. Or it can be written as m1 times m2 equals -1. Either way. So let's take the same problem, y equals 2x plus 4. And now let's pick the point 4, 2. So I want to write the equation perpendicular to this line that passes through the point 4, 2. So the slope that I'm going to use is the negative reciprocal, -1/2, because the product of 2 and -1/2 is -1. So y minus y1 equals the slope, -1/2, times x minus 4. Y minus 2 equals -1/2 x plus 1/2 times 4 is 2. Then adding 2 to each side, I have y equals -1/2 x plus 4. And you can see that it does have a slope which is the negative reciprocal of y equals 2x plus 4. So 2 is one slope, -1/2 is the other.